One home to be sold. And these 5 realtors are hoping to sell it. They each bring their own talents and experience to the table, but at the end of the day, only one of them will walk away with the listing. It's all down to who can convince the seller that they are the best. Who will the seller choose as the best one for the job? It's game on Seller's Market.
My name's Jason. I work in Kelowna. I work for an architectural firm.
My name is Crissy and I'm an insurance broker.
Crissy and Jason have enjoyed living in their home for the past 4 years.
In a beautiful location. It's perfect for a family. It's got a large yard for kids and a pool, and it's an amazing area for sure.
So why are they looking to move now?
Our lives are busy. We do a lot of sports. Like I do yoga, I go to the gym, we cycle, we do a lot of cycling, running.
We've gone on cycling vacations and that kind of thing, so.
And that's one of the reasons why we want to downsize a little bit, is to get into a smaller space, smaller area.
Although they both love their home, a smaller place would free up some much needed time for all their hobbies. How much are they looking to sell for?
I think what we would love is about $950.
And if they make that price, what are they looking to downsize into?
He actually wants to go into a condo. I want to build something smaller if I get what I want. I'm hoping that we're going to build, and then I'll be able to create the space that I want, and then be able to move all of the things that, you know, we've purchased furniture-wise or whatever, and I'll be able to make my own special. And us building something together, him being in architecture, and I kind of like design, so I would like us to do at least one project in our lifetime together, so we'll see who wins the battle.
Crissy and Jason have lived in this large single-family house for a few years now, but they plan to sell in order to downsize. Let's meet the 4 realtors who are hoping to be the ones to list it. Always willing to lend a hand, Daryl is an all-around nice guy who spends much of his time helping local charities. A successful real estate career and a young family keep Marika very busy, but that's the way she likes it. Luke believes in a personal, hands-on approach to selling homes and loves the finer things in life. A total real estate addict, Amanda lives for her career, and that ambitious attitude also extends into her passion for fitness. They're competing for this 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, which measures in at 3,600 square feet. Built in 1991, the home has gorgeous lake views and features a backyard pool and patio. Over the past few years, Crissy and Jason have completed various renovations and redecorated the interior.
As soon as you walk into this house, you get hit with a really cool contemporary vibe. Nice colors, cool finishings, the different levels.
This front room is absolutely spectacular. It's the first thing you see when you come into the house, and the vaults just make it so bright and open. It's fantastic.
She's got a real knack for interior design. It just looks like a show home. It's perfect. You know, I don't have to tell them to change a thing.
The house is quite spacious, which makes it ideal for entertaining.
So this is a beautiful space, and it seats 8. You could get 10 people in here for Christmas dinner. Fabulous room.
It reminds me of a home I grew up in, and it's really tugging at my heartstrings. I like this place a lot. You can tell it's an older home, but they've done some remodeling to the kitchen to really brighten it up and make it seem larger, which is the trend now, are the big, large family kitchens.
And I see they've put quartz countertops down. Beautiful, something that a lot of buyers want to see.
I personally love countertops that are flat, that aren't raised, because I think the raised thing was kind of trendy for a while, but it really creates a division.
I love the contrast between the dark floors and the light cabinets. It really does add that extra little touch.
Outside, the backyard is also great for entertaining.
This is a great backyard. Again, the age of the home means they would have a little bit bigger of a yard, more room for entertaining.
A little bit of feeling like a fishbowl with the house on top.
It does kind of suck that your neighbors are right up there, but it looks like they've got some privacy glass to help with that. It's cold in there.
Upstairs includes the master, 3 smaller bedrooms, and 2 full bathrooms.
Well, this is a nice master, king-sized bed, but what a view from here. That is something that no one would complain to wake up to every day.
I really like this master setup. For the age of the house, you don't often get rooms this big, which is really important. Having all 4 bedrooms up on the top floor is also very nice. If you have a family, all the kids can stay on the same level.
And the master bathroom is really spectacular. It's great size.
It has a bidet, which is also very important if you like a good bum spraying now and then.
You know, this is something that could definitely use updating. It looks a little bit older. Seems as though they've done some renovations here to the tile and the shower, so that's a really nice touch. And again, this view from having your nice bubble bath and glass of wine is spectacular.
What are the realtors' first impressions of the home?
This is a beautiful property in the same neighborhood that I live in, actually, the Upper Mission. It's contemporary, modern, really nice open feel.
This house is amazing. I mean, the area is, you know, my folks live really close to here, so I'm up in this area in the neighborhood a lot. I love the view of the lake. I love the view overlooking the vineyard. It's peaceful, it's calm. The interior reminds me of a house that I grew up in, so I love it. You know, it's different, it's edgy, rather than just a cookie cutter box house that we see a lot of the time. So it would be a fun one to sell. It'd be a neat one to market for sure.
At the right price, this is going to be a very popular home. Right now, there are 5 homes in this price range for sale in this area. 9 have sold in the last 6 months. That's a very healthy ratio. So if it's priced correctly, it will sell.
Well, this is a fantastic house. When you walk in, you're kind of blown away by this grand entrance and really nice living area, which has gorgeous views of the lake. The only thing, it's a little bit of an older house, so they've done a reno. It is a little bit, it doesn't have that open concept feel throughout the whole house.
Have they spotted any potential problems?
The exterior of the home isn't a showstopper. You know, people make impressions on their first look, and when you pull up to this home, one thing you notice right away is the dated siding.
The lack of curb appeal, I think, you know, the gray and it's kind of blah, actually.
There's a little bit too much carpet for a house in this price range. Trendy right now. These hardwood floors are beautiful. There's a lot of carpet, so you know, if I could do it over, I would see a little bit less carpet.
The house has just recently been on the market and was listed at $949,000. There was plenty of interest, but with no concrete offers, the listing is now expired. Crissy and Jason still plan to sell. So how much do our realtors think it should be listed at this time around?
Well, I understand that they want to sell quickly. So if they want it gone immediately, my recommendation is going to be $900,000 or $899,900 for optics. They were at $950 just a month ago and they didn't sell.
They had it listed before at $949 and it didn't sell after a few months on the market. I really believe that they're going to be close to that price. They just need a new marketing approach.
Originally, when I was doing my CMA, I wanted to list it a little bit higher, but because they're already at that price point just a few weeks ago, it's going to be really hard to list it at a higher price. I think we're going to have to stick around the $950 mark, and we can, you know, massage that a little bit and see how we do.
If I had to pick a number right now, I would say $919.
And do the realtors think they'll be able to sell the home this time?
I know what it takes to sell the house, and I know that each house is different. I know each person is different. So I think really being strategic with the way we market the house is going to work.
I can win this listing. I think my stats are better, and this is what the seller needs to sell this house, is my sign on the front lawn.
I love this house. Like, I could live in this house myself, and if I can put myself in someone else's home, then I know that that will come through to the buyers, and the seller should see that I'm an advocate for the property, and that I'll definitely be representing it in its best light possible. And it shows so well. I mean, it really sells itself, but I need to be able to convince another buyer that this is the property for them.
I'm very hungry, and I plan to win this listing.
Crissy Cudahy and Jason Bessie have enjoyed living in their large family home for 4 years. But now they're ready to downsize, if they can agree on what to downsize into.
He actually wants to go into a condo. I want to build something.
They've recently listed the house at $949,000, but it failed to sell, so they're trying out round 2 with a different realtor. What are they looking for from their new realtor?
Someone who's well connected in the community, someone who's personable and warm, someone who's a good communicator, is able to give us updates on how things are going and is comfortable with that.
Contracts, reviewing contracts, detail to contracts is really important, and that's important to me.
Our 4 realtors have had a chance to look around the property. Now they'll get their 10 minutes each to prove that they're the best one for the listing. Pitching starts with Amanda.
I love this house.
Oh, thank you. You want to buy it?
I can sell this house. I live not too far away.
Oh, good.
In the Upper Mission myself, so yeah, it's a fabulous property. A little bit about me, myself personally, just briefly. On the Rate My Agent site, I am #1 in Kelowna. I am the only accredited Better Business Bureau agent in Kelowna as well. There's over 700 of us, and I've got an A+ rating. There's a bit about me personally, my education background, a bit about my awards. I am #1 in my office. I'm #8 in the province, #46 in the country.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You could tell, and she demonstrated that she was highly recognized in the community and highly recognized in her business community, which was really impressive.
Gone are the days of just looking in the papers to find a house for sale, right? 99% of people are looking online. My focus is the Lower Mainland. That is where the money is. That is who's coming up in droves. Is it possible that a local may buy your home? Yeah. Is it possible that it could be someone from another province? Absolutely. The Albertans are still buying. But what you're selling here is a lifestyle. And that is what the Vancouver people are wanting. And this is half the price of their home.
She had a great business approach.
High energy.
Yeah, she had high energy.
Good energy.
She, you really gravitated towards her.
The obvious reason at the end of the day that you hire a realtor is our ability to negotiate for you, and that is my strongest suit.
Yeah.
That is where I really shine. My marketing is top notch, the advertising is there, but when I go to bat for you, I go to bat hard. And I will not be working for that buyer, okay? That's, at the end of the day, it's what you want us to do for our money, right?
Yeah.
Amanda lives locally, loves the house, and played upon her high-end marketing skills. However, her suggested listing price was $900,000, well below the initial target, but with the potential for a quick sale. Next to pitch is Daryl.
I think that this is an amazing home. I actually grew up in a home a little bit like this in Clearwater, where it had a really cool kind of retro contemporary vibe. So I really connected with the home on that angle, and it might not be the right use for you guys anymore. You know, you want to downsize a bit, the yard space is a bit too much. So what we want to do is we want to try to highlight those like stunning features, I think, as well as possible, to try to find the right person who now is going to be the right fit for them moving forward. Maybe they'll use it for the next 5 to 10 years. So
Daryl came in, and he was neat. He had a professional look about him.
I want to do a couple different things, and one of the things I'd like to do is what's called a 3D walkthrough. I don't know if you guys have seen one of them before. You have a company that comes in and they do a 3D model of the floor plan.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can actually walk through. So if this one, you could walk outside, walk out and check out the view, see what's going on out there. So I think it would be a really good idea to have one of those done, have the ability for people to cruise through the house, see the different areas, see the floor plan. My average days on the market right now is 34, which is faster than any other agent that I'm competing against today. And my average list to sell price is 99.3.
He definitely had his
Things in order. For sure.
things in order, his stats, you know, and that was something that was important to us.
I think price-wise, I think that your last price was probably a decent price to be listed at. I think that giving it a good shot at the market with some good marketing will actually, you know, you might get a better shot of hitting that price. So.
Daryl also really liked the house and focused on his impressive sales stats. His suggested listing price was $949,000, right on par with what they were hoping for, but also right on par with the previous unsuccessful listing price. Can he make it work this time? Next up is Luke.
I want to show you a little bit about Facebook. So we've got a very high customer satisfaction rating.
Yeah.
And for page likes, we're the 3rd most popular realtor in Kelowna.
Okay.
After just 2 years of this page.
Yeah.
Well, Luke was amazing. He had a great. He again was well prepared. You know, he had a good package. He was. He had a professional look about him.
Right now in Upper Mission, between $900,000 and $1 million, there are 5 homes for sale, and 9 have sold in the past 6 months. So that's a pretty healthy ratio. So they are selling in this price range.
You could tell that he had done his research about our home and was able to do some contextual analysis and how we compare to other homes in the area, which was great, which we really enjoyed. But
I think this is like a palace for somebody, and you need somebody who's going to be like an ambassador. So if I'm at a cocktail, now I'm not the type of realtor that's constantly talking, but people do when I'm out networking and people say, hey, what's new, what's happening? And I will be talking about this house like an ambassador for this house, right? All the facts and figures be at the top of my head, and I will be trying to get people to come in and see it.
Luke stressed his Facebook marketing skills and impressed with his detailed knowledge of the local market. He suggested listing at $919,000, midway between Amanda and Daryl. Last to pitch is Marika.
So it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out at your house today. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the different features. I love what you've done with it. I know that you absolutely love the split level. It's one of my favorite styles. So today I'd really like to talk to you about the home. You guys had it listed for $949,000. My numbers were coming up a little bit higher, and I was thinking, okay, you know, it'd be nice to list it a little bit higher, but at this point, any agent that comes in with an offer is going to say, well, hey, you had it listed for $949,000 just last week or whatever. So it's going to be tough to go a little bit higher, but I still think that you can stay close.
my thoughts of Marika were great. She was high energy, very pleasant.
I'd like to talk to you about the emotion that is involved in purchasing a home. I don't care what anybody tells you, unless it's for an investment purpose. Walking through that front door and, you know, turning to your agent and saying, wow, this is the home we want. What do we do to get this home? So you guys have a huge advantage already. You're in the upper mission. You have a gorgeous view. The front entrance of your home is spectacular. That gorgeous table there, everything, the front area, it's also one of my favorite. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Your decor is fantastic. It's got that contemporary open style as well. So, I mean, I think the house is great. So I think really focusing on how to market the home, presenting it with photography, video, all that stuff in a beautiful way that makes people want to come through the door.
Her presentation was also good.
Yeah,
I think
prepared.
and I think the brochures that she left us with were good.
I think I'm the best agent for this job, okay? I take the time to really talk to my clients. I really listen to what you guys want. I also take the time to talk to the people that are coming in to see the house and really selling the house, selling that emotion involved with it. I think that's really, really huge.
Marika's pitch emphasized the importance of appealing to the emotional side of buyers. She suggested listing at $950,000. although she believes that the previous listing might have slightly undervalued the home. All 4 realtors have made their pitch. All that's left is for them to wait it out until one of them is chosen. Although it looks like the excitement might be too much for poor Daryl.
I think when we looked at her statistics and the length of time that she had listings already on the market, and we had already had ours listed on the market for that length of time, that was a little bit of a red flag for us. We would have hoped that maybe that number was a little bit lower. Yeah.
Marika is out of the running.
But I think what it came down to on that one was more that he did more social media, and we thought maybe he would have touched on a few different mediums that he would have probably been open to, and maybe that was our fault that we didn't ask more questions about that. Maybe he does do those things, but we just didn't ask those questions, didn't have the time to ask those questions. So
Luke's out too, so it's down to the final 2.
It was a really tough decision. I mean, every one of them had fantastic assets, attributes.
With Marika and Luke out of the running, it's down to Amanda and Daryl.
They were all professional. They were all had a great, you know, they knew their stuff, and they were all well prepared. It was hard for us not to look at the statistics, and you know, that brought us to a conclusion, and that is that we would like to choose Daryl.
Daryl, yeah.
Daryl wins it. The other three pack up their chairs and get ready for the next one, while Daryl takes a bit of time out to celebrate before getting down to business. 6 months later, what's happened?
Stellar was a fun property to list. It's at a high price point. You attract some really cool high buyers for it. They're very business savvy sellers. So I was actually a little bit, not intimidated, but a little bit nervous. I wanted to make sure I did a really good job for them.
I think we had it listed for about 2 months, and then December hit and I wanted it off the market.
They got to a point just before Christmas where they wanted to take the property off the market for a month. They wanted to maybe look at doing a big renovation.
But we were kind of contemplating whether we're
going to stay and do some
and
home
renovate
improvements.
or put it back on the market.
They thought with doing a big renovation, they'd be able to sell it for a higher price. The truth is with those things though, a lot of times you do the big renovation and you don't recoup all the money.
And we ended up getting an offer in January, so.
Crissy and Jason were that day just making an appointment to go and plan the renovation and to get all that side of it going. So we had to put the brakes on all of that. We did a deal in the day and everything kind of worked out great that way. So
it was listed for $949 and then we sold for $910.
Yeah.
The house sold for $910,000. Have Crissy and Jason finally agreed on where they're moving to next?
We will be moving out of here in 2 weeks. And for the short term, we're going to rent an apartment downtown. But then we've also we've put a deposit on a property. So we're going to build something new.
Their new home will be a custom-built townhome, which sounds like a perfect compromise. But even that can't top their other exciting plans.
We're heading off to Italy in June and we're getting married after 15 years of courtship. Yeah, so yeah, we're looking forward to that.